I'd like to call the Safety, Security and Health Committee meeting to order, and it's Tuesday, May the 19th, 2026. I'd like to have the approval of the agenda, please.
John, you get it.
And John? Belinda, thank you. Anybody would like to comment, add anything onto it? Okay, next is the declaration of pecuniary interest. Anybody?
I would declare 5A, 7B.
Thank you, Brian.
John, the clerk.
Okay, got it. Safety, Security and Health Committee minutes of April 21st, 2026. Put those on the floor. Anybody have any comments in the last meeting? Questions, additions? So I need a motion on that, on those. Done, Linda? Thank you. Okay, so we have the delegation. Jessica, Lions Club representative for the Providence Day Dutch Race. Jessica, are you on?
Hello, how are you?
Hey, great. So we have questions for you. You will be so kind to answer them, please.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, counselors. Since Brian and John cannot answer the questions at the last meeting, Jessica's here to answer any questions. And Derek, you had quite a few, or you had one good one.
I don't have any questions for her. I have questions for our fire chief, but I don't.
Well,
have any questions.
she's here to answer questions too.
Yeah, I just going by what's in the safety plan, so, once Phil gives me the answers, then I can proceed. But I don't have any questions for Jessica. I have her plan in front of me.
Are you not want to ask about the safety issues at all that they have put out?
The safety issues that were put out in there for the fire department, and I need the answers from Phil, not Jessica.
Well, when we have Jessica here, why don't we have her tell us what they have put in place for safety?
Well, at this moment, like what I have in place, if there is no fire department, so we will have designated people with life jackets, grab lines in case somebody does fall in and they can't swim. Instead of a person going into the water, they could throw a rope. The other suggestion was a life ring, you know, the rings with the rope, to have members with life jackets and a life ring, and would toss it out to the person who needed help to get them in. And that would be my suggestion for safety, what we can control at our end. And then obviously if someone needs CPR, we would have to call 911.
Yeah, do you have any? No, Richard? Jessica, can you stay on for a bit? So that Phil can answer some questions and we can figure out a plan or whatever comes up?
Yes.
Okay. So the next is old business, emergency management flood update. Sue, would you like to update us on that?
Yes, so as you know, the emergency declaration had ended. We're still working with MMH, Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing, for them to disperse their team to come and assess the situation to see if we'll be accepted for the DREO, the funding for community members. We need to pick a 6 or 7 places for them to visit. We're also coordinating that date with Billings and Gordonberry Island. So they left me in charge of trying to figure out a date. So I just set one because they weren't really sure. I haven't heard from them what date works for them. So we're looking at June 9th and June 10th, or alternatively a date of June 11th and 12th. So they need 2 days to come out to do their assessment. And then after that, I'm assuming they give the final approval for us to be approved for our community to access funds and apply directly. It doesn't come through us, it goes directly from the community to MMAH. So I'm working with Tina Siegel from MMAH to get that started. We once we're completed our reports, and we're putting together a timeline of the events and everything that happened, then we will call a control group meeting to finalize and discuss what took place and what could take place and so on and so forth. But I think we came out of this, we did well as a team, so I think we're good.
So from you, Madam Chair, so the debriefing will be after all of this is done and the applications are gone in and that.
Not necessarily. Our debriefing really isn't really fully connected to what happens with the community applying for this. So
Yeah.
we're just waiting for us to put together our final report. Denise and I are working on that, and then we'll call this group meeting, hopefully that
So
especially.
that's when the debriefing will.
Yeah, so whenever the DRAO thing happens, that's on.
Okay,
That's on it.
thank you.
Next soon.
Sure.
Okay, new business. Province of Ontario Mutual Aid Plan 2026, 2030. I have a motion to set that, please. Richard, Brian? Okay, Phil, are you going to discuss the whole thing or bits and pieces, or is it just for information only that you're doing a wonderful job? Following all the rules, right?
Following as best as we can with the new updates. If I can just read and it will sum up the whole thing, in the introduction, just the first paragraph, I think is the best description of the mutual aid plan. So if you bear with me, mutual aid is a cooperative approach where groups of organizations assist one another by sharing resources and or services. The concept of neighbors helping neighbors or others in need have been practiced for centuries. In Ontario, fire departments have participated in organized assistance through a formalized mutual aid plan since the 1950s. So yes, there's a lot of ins and outs and rules, regulations, but that first paragraph, I think, sums up what mutual aid is. And I open it up to questions.
We nailed it, Phil, thank you. Any questions, Richard?
Just want to maybe reiterate, Phil, you do have an island-wide association too, do you not, that you work fairly closely with? And
Every single fire department on the island is part of the mutual aid. Yeah, so it is.
but don't you have a kind of a core island crew too that you meet with on a regular basis?
The fire chiefs.
Yes.
Yeah, the fire chiefs. We have a fire chief association, which we meet quarterly, and we discuss situations of between the fire departments, what can be better. But that is outside of the mutual aid program. We meet as to keep us informed of what's going on. So it's not an organization that has any weight, right? It's just we all meet together to keep in contact. That's it.
Which is really the basis of neighbors helping neighbors, and we are an isolated locale, and it's good to know that you all work together and meet regularly to discuss problems and issues.
And in the fire chiefs meeting, it's all the chiefs of the island. The last meeting we had 16, a few deputies. But in there we have Dwayne Elliott and Michael Addison, Dwayne is our mutual aid coordinator. He's who I report to, and Michael Addison is his assistant. So if Dwayne's not available, I get a hold. So they're the people. They're my go-to people if I need to activate mutual aid. So they're part of the fire chiefs.
Brian?
Phil, just in your notes here, or whatever, fire coordinators, we only have the one on the island? Or is there every fire department gonna have a fire coordinator?
You're talking about
How much of this plan has been implemented Or are we using some of it or, like it says 2026 to 2030. I've just gone through a little bit of it, but it's talking about fire department personnel appointed as fire coordinators by the fire marshal, or delegate. So is that only one for the island or is that one for every fire department?
I would be something, I would write the questions down, and if I don't have the answer, yeah, I'd bring it up to Dwayne, and he would fill that in.
Yeah. Cause is that gonna be more training, required? To be a fire coordinator or,
Possibly.
thanks, that's about all I want. So we are just starting this new plan now, basically, and we're gonna have to catch up or what? Or is
As
it
far as,
implementing this whole plan?
we're always striving to, be
Yeah.
the best we can, with all this, the only thing we're short on is our training, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
Any other more questions? Derek?
The training aspect of it, even in this plan, it says that, they'll be adequately trained and certified. Are all the departments in the mutual aid agreement coming to the same training certification? I mean, if we were to activate mutual aid because we have a big call and, half the municipality is left open to, say, Billings. And, then Billings was showing up, but they weren't trained to the same level as us and couldn't perform the same duty. Is that going to affect us in our insurance?
I'm not sure about insurance, that's not me, but, being part of the mutual aid plan, our coordinators and other chiefs know what level we are trained to. So, if there's, good example, then we wouldn't be calling Billings if none of them were trained to interior or exterior, right? They could still come and, be as a manpower for getting water. There are a lot of jobs, on a fire scene that, someone doesn't need to be firefighter 1 or 2 to be show manpower support.
I just didn't hear it talking about that
Yeah.
level of training and
And
certification.
we do know that is an issue of calling other departments in or us going there, because we are in the midst of being the exterior and you will get there.
Okay. And we have automatic aid agreements with certain municipalities too, or at least we did. I'm not sure what the status of our automatic aid agreements are. And my same question would go for that. Different spots in the municipality where, we're closer or they're closer and there's automatic aid agreements there. Same thing, how would that certification training and that work in those cases? So, I guess my question would be, I'd like to know what agreements that we still have in place. And then we can go over it, and the same thing with this plan, and then come to some conclusions but that would be.
So, if they want a list of agreements, then I would bring them to you, like, have automatic aids, and whether or not we keep up with it is what you're asking?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And can we then use mutual aid instead of automatic aid? Would be another question for that too, so that's for another meeting.
Brian, you had a question?
Yeah, just a quick one. Of all the training we've done in the last year or whatever, where do we stand now? How many firefighters are reached their goals?
Very good.
Yeah.
So, as you know, we are always waiting on the OFM and fire callers over the last few years. I've been telling you my
Yeah.
frustration with them, but they have picked up a bit. So as of now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 people enrolled for next weekend for the exterior attack force, and then they skip a week, and then it's the following weekend. So it's a 6-day course in class. So I have 10 people. Tacoma has 2 people coming. Saginaw has a couple, and I believe Billings might have one, or maybe even, Berkeley Mills has one. So, we were gonna have 20 on Central, but OFM didn't want us to put all 20 of our firefighters in class all at once, which makes sense. Cause in case we have a small gas fire or an emergency, we have to leave the course and they can, give us the passing mark if we have to leave, right? So I split my class. So in September, I'll have another 9, 10 people. So as of now, we'll have 10 people going through the course.
So when this is done, does that make them closer to this mutual aid?
Definitely.
Eh?
Mule trade is, most of the island will be exterior.
Okay.
Come up July
So-
1st.
But we are meeting our targets.
And because the other 9 or 10 I said I will be doing in September, which includes myself, I opt out this course. Because I have a wedding in the middle of that, so I'm kind of a little busy. But I'm in, including myself and the other 9 people, we've already passed the online 40-hour course. So we're waiting till the next date, which is hopefully in September.
How many do we have that have completed the online course?
20,
20 altogether?
19, 20
Yeah.
people.
So, okay, so they've all done that first section. We're just waiting for the OFM to say, yeah, you can do it. Yeah.
And then going forward, we do have, I'm not gonna tell you all, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 courses down the road that we need to start thinking about taking.
Yep.
So it's not done learning. We're always got something in the goal.
That's it.
Okay, that's good?
Yep.
Okay, next is, Providence Bay Duck Race Safety Plan. Put that on the floor, please. Richard? Thank you. Okay. Go for it, Derek.
Now I can ask my questions. Phil, have you even seen this plan?
No, I've been told about it, I haven't seen it.
And that's part of my problem. Are we qualified for water rescue?
As of now, we do shoreline rescue with throwing rope in, but come July 1st, we don't have that qualification. Because everybody knows July 1st is the mandatory certification. You need to, if you do something, you need to have to be certified. So, we're busy with the other courses, so that's why, we're gonna be a fire department first and foremost, and then we're going forward with that.
And do we have guys that want to volunteer for a half-a-day event?
July 1st is always a tough day. I ask a lot of my guys all the time to parades, fairground, Easter egg hunt. I always have to ask. No one's come up. I asked, a couple practices ago. No one has offered. My service is always there, but July 1st, I can't do much by myself.
Yeah. And I think that, Madam Chair, comes into the questions that I had at council time as to if our fire chief hasn't even seen the safety plan and they're given duties in a safety plan that they're supposed to perform, how can I approve a safety plan? Now we find out that yes, the guys are trained for it now, but come July 1st, they are not, because you need to be certified. So then if there was an incident and something happens, the municipality is liable when we allow our employees to do a job that they're not qualified for. We would be accepting full responsibility and liability. And that's part of the problem and the questions that I had to have for the fire chief, what's the safety plan? I mean, even the OPP in here have said, that they'll have somebody there if they can. But if you want a dedicated police officer there, you need to go with the off-duty plan that they have and pay for it. So that's the problem that I've had with the plan. And thank you, Phil, for answering those questions. And I don't know whether I can approve this plan with the way it's worded.
So it's all negative. So what's the option?
I don't know.
Well, we
I-
need to find an option then. I would think.
We need to find an option, or the declaration needs to find an option.
Both.
You know what I
We're not
mean?
Accepting the plan.
So maybe they can do it all with their volunteers and we don't have to have our staff.
There you go, that's a good option right there.
That's an option, but I don't, as a minute, as a counselor, I can't accept municipal liability without the facts being there and everything else, so I don't wanna accept that municipal.
Sue?
So, yeah, we did have a discussion earlier about looking at other search and rescue options for hiring or what the group could hire, and, so we could kind of get those numbers together to present for next time, right? And other options like, you know, advance, like lifeguards or anything else is, I didn't know if that was also something to consider.
Richard?
Jessica, are you still on there?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
Have you checked with other, I mean, this duck race can't be a brand new venue, is it?
No, it's not.
So how do the other municipalities, and organizations, Lions clubs, manage this hurdle of needing qualified people to save
Yeah.
somebody that falls in the water? I don't even understand what they're doing in the water, so.
Yeah. So from my observation, I observed Rotary Club in Paris, Ontario, and they have a river called the Nymph River, and it's very fast flowing. And they had the fire department there with PFDs on and like safety devices, like a ring, or it kind of looks like a bullet with a string. And they just walked the shoreline just to make sure people weren't in the water. And that's how they handled it.
And guess maybe I'll put the next one to Phil. You don't have men that are available to do that, is that what I'm hearing?
I could put it out again, but we don't have personal flotation devices and we're not trained to do that. If we're going in the capacity of a fire department and we represent the municipality, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing something that we're not trained to do.
Okay, well, I think there's where crux is right there, is that we have fire department people that aren't qualified. The chief is not comfortable. I don't know how you can proceed with it, with municipal support.
So question that I have is why do they have that instant support? I can't just do their own thing.
They can't,
Yeah,
as
so.
long as we're not involved
Fine.
and accepting liability, they can do it, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll take this off the table. And it's gone. We're not doing anything with it. It's up to the Lions Club.
And
To
the Lions
figure
Club
out-
members could do,
Sorry?
the Lions Club members could do
Yeah,
what they.
exactly, yeah,
Yep, no,
yeah,
they say my only questions for our liability. Their liability is their liability. I'm responsible for our liability.
What,
all right,
what we're generally wanting to make sure is that we've got an operation that's safe and people aren't jeopardized, and I don't see how they could be, like, you're not jumping in the water, if somebody falls in, could fall in whether you're running a race or not running a race.
Mhm.
okay, so then we'll just remove. That, that race safety plan. Cancel it out. And Jessica, you're good to go on your own.
Okay, thank you very, very much.
Anybody opposed to that?
Don't know what options we have.
Okay, we're good. Okay, correspondence. Public Health Secretary and District's email correspondence regarding unapproved minutes, April the 16th, 2026. For motion to accept the report, please. Linda, thank you. Thank you. Any comments on that report? Anybody opposed to it? Okay, next, administrative emergency preparedness and response email correspondence regarding meeting the requirements of the Emergency Management and Civil Protection Act. Very nice letter. I think it's lovely. So we'll just take that as information only? Or motion on that one? To,
I think we need a motion to
Okay.
receive it.
John, you good with that?
Yep.
Linda, you good with that? Okay, anybody have any comments on that letter?
Congratulations, for all your work to bring it up to part of there.
That was Mike doing a lot of that last year, but. Yeah,
Oh, so we have to
he
give
had
them
to start
thanks
with,
to.
yeah, so now I'm currently filling out for this year's.
Then the next is 8C, Police Service Board Update Report, May 2026. Please have a motion to accept that report, please. Brian and John, okay. Brian, do you want to make any comments on that report, or is it like?
Yeah, it's basically a general report of the of what's happened the last year or whatever, both by the detachment commander, who is now going to be leaving within the next 2 or 3 weeks or 2 months or whatever. He's got a position down south, so we'll be getting another detachment commander up here. And also just a general statement by the chair of the service board about what we've done the last year, whatever like that, and it's in there. The other thing that came out of the last meeting is that tomorrow night at MMA, the police are from wherever are going to be presenting their financial plan again. What do they call it? The billing summary. So if you want to hear some very informative, not going any farther.
We're looking at 11% again, Brian?
No. If you have questions, hopefully they'll let us ask the questions tomorrow night. So MMA is here, right? Tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're interested, and the reason they're doing this is because there's been questions by certain counselors over here as to why the billing is so high for the services we're getting. So they've finally relented to have those people here. If it's to bring in a pie chart and no questions are allowed, then I'm not gonna be a very happy camper, so. There's things that have gotta be answered, and hopefully they'll answer them tomorrow night, or some of them anyway, so. So that's basically all I have to say about that, besides the unless somebody else has got any. Yeah, go ahead.
May we actually find out what this board is costing us? This new board? Because we've asked and we've never been able to actually find out what this new board is costing the ratepayers. I mean, I understand a lot of the OPP budgeting process and how they bill with number of incidents and stuff like that. But there's a lot of hidden costs in there that I don't understand, and I hope they have some answers and what this new board's costing us. So hopefully they got those answers, will they?
Yeah. I thought the billing summary went out to all the municipalities though, of what it's costing every municipality.
We get that billing summary, number of calls,
Okay,
incidents,
cool.
and then da 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 da. But what's this actual board that you sit on? costing.
Awesome. Oh, I'm not being paid enough.
There you go. So it's like that's on top of everything else that we have to
No,
pay.
that's the one that's been sent here.
Oh, that's the one that's
Yeah.
been sent here.
It took a long time to get drafted up, but I'm pretty sure Denise may have it by now, I don't know. It's taken a long time to get it done because the bank accounts had to be set up.
So Brian, is it worthwhile having this board?
We have no choice.
We have to.
We
They made-
must.
But
It's mandatory.
okay, but is it actually accomplishing anything?
It's gonna be a long haul.
Okay.
But it's mandatory, can have its purpose. We do hear things that go, like, that Joe taxpayer wouldn't hear. But, we do hear what's going on in the island and other municipalities. But my question is, who's paying for all this that we're getting? They can't answer that. And hopefully they'll answer it tomorrow night or sit there twiddling their.
Part of my question.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brian.
Frustrating at times, but
You're going to the meeting tomorrow night, Richard? Are you?
Oh, yes, I'll be sure.
So you'll have information on all that, right?
Oh, of course I will.
Okay, thanks, Richard.
Brian says we'll find out.
Okay, nine
I'll be
eight
there too.
reports. Fire chief verbal report. You're back on. You're back on again, Phil.
Okay, I guess I already told you guys, our training's going good. Got the 10 guys signed up for the course coming up. Going good, so it'll be, not this weekend, but the following weekend, so that's when the course is on. The other thing, we've had a couple fires, one structural fire, everything went good. No one was hurt, we saved a dog. Everything was, perfect, my guys performed it perfectly. We were running, getting water for about 4.5 hours and didn't run out of water once, and, we had, 7 guys with the breathing apparatus on, and, by the end of it, all 4 walls were still standing. The roof was gone, but at least we had 4 walls, so, we're getting good, the response time was pretty good. And, I'm happy no one was, hurt, and, we left and everybody went home. The other thing is, with this new certification, we will have to revisit our bylaw for establishing the fire department. There's a couple things in there that we would have to change. And Sue and I have been talking about it. We're gonna do up a draft, but I just want to put you guys, in the know. One of the main things is I'd like to establish a new position on the fire department. We have a few people on our department that is a vital body, if I can say. They do not want to do interior attack, or they don't want to do exterior attack. They've been on too long, and they don't want to do it more schooling. They do have the training, they do have the TSET, so they know how to go get water, they know how to pump water, right? So to lose them just because they don't want to go inside, there's, like I said before, there's a lot more duties on a fire department than at the end of the hose, right? So the one position I would like is, it would be called tanker water shuttle officer. Means a person who have been appointed by the council acts in a supportive role as a tanker water shuttle operator who will not be involved in active firefighting. So, it's self-explanatory. It'd be the guy who drives the truck back and forth from the lake getting water, or it could be the guy sitting down at the lake, and when a truck shows up, he fills the truck up without the truck driver getting out. He could be, doing other stuff on the fire scene, but in the cold zone. So like I said, if we do have a few people in our department, I'd rather create a position They are all on the fire department already, so they don't have to be, I just have to get your permission to move them from firefighter to water shuttle tanker support, right? But once we get the draft, I'm not sure how we do this. Sue will walk me through it, but then we'll bring it to you guys.
Once the draft is finalized in the next month to a couple months, we'll bring that to Fed.
Back on my day, that was called auxiliary firefighter.
Yeah,
This was the technical term for it. I don't know what it would be now.
yeah, they've taken that out.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have to, if we have someone on the fire department that's not a firefighter, it has to have a position created. And so that's one of the ones I thought would be the best. And it's, it takes up, a lot of people, a lot of positions can be in that support, water, shuttle. So, and that is my report.
Thanks, Phil. Brian?
These individuals that you're talking about, do they have to be in good health or pass a physical or is it part of the aging process?
Every single firefighter that is on our fire department has had a physical. And because if they have a DZ, every 3 years you have to have a physical.
All right.
Yeah.
So these guys are just not feeling comfortable going into fires or whatever anymore. So you
Yeah,
just,
they just don't want to do the schooling.
Okay.
So, we either say, okay, fine, you're off the fire department, and then I just say, okay, now we're down to 20, right? I'd rather keep them on because an able body is an able body.
that's the word, able body. Yeah. So,
Some of those firefighters have trained 5 times.
Yes.
I
yeah.
agree with you, Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Question, Phil. If you have these individuals, not that they're not capable, but they're not certified to do certain things, the expectation from other firefighters to make use of these individuals, or
Who do you mean, other firefighters?
you said you had 1 or 2 that just want to drive the truck per se? Because they're not certified to go into a fire.
Yeah, and what that does is, excuse me. That's a position that they would fill. I would have an able body at the end of the hose that is willing to be at the end. Instead, if he wasn't there, then I'd have to have another guy driving the truck to go get water.
So that will be made perfectly clear to the rest of the firefighters as to the position of that individual?
Oh, yeah.
If we have to look at rewriting our fire bylaw, would that not be, if we had all those mutual aid agreements and automatic aid agreements and everything brought up at that time, would that not be the time to look at the whole thing, the whole
Yes.
picture? If we have to redo different things, and I know you were talking about we'd have to do new SOPs.
Yeah, we would have to
operating
look at that.
procedures and stuff like that, so as this progresses, that'd be the time then to look at the overall fire department positions and everything.
I'm not sure the ins and outs of how the mutual aid plan, when it gets passed and how this has to get passed.
Yeah.
Just have to marry together, I'm not sure.
Well, they have to address each other, so.
Yeah.
Your or our bylaw to establish a fire department has to have a part in there, both mutual aid agreements and automatic aid agreements and that, so. And duties and responsibilities and everything else, so maybe a chance to look at the whole picture and see what we have to do and change, so.
Hey, anybody else? Can we accept the fire chief's verbal report? Brian, thank you. Good. Then 9B, animal control report, April 2026, Paul Messner. And the motion. Linda, thank you. Richard, second, thank you. I see it's one dog, and the one dog I got lost on the pipe.
That was gonna be my question too.
Yeah.
That wasn't a missing dog or you did say.
Yeah, that situation has been addressed. And. This supposed to be. Okay.
So. Financial business, year-to-date revenue and expense report ending April 30th, 2026. We'll have that. Motion. Forward. Brian, Richard, right? Okay. Any questions?
I just comment here, Madam Chair, under this must be a new account, flood expenses. Because we didn't have it in there last year, so
Yeah, that
I
was,
see we didn't budget for it, obviously, but we spent 3,800. I'm just surprised it's that low with all the activity that you guys were involved with, the expenses that were there, maybe
and I
bills
wonder-
haven't come in yet.
there might be more for me, so yeah, that would have been new account in this. I don't know if Denise has anything to add, but assuming more is to come.
Yeah, the expenses separated in case we were able to have enough to apply for the MDRA funding. There is more to come in there, so council will see a total reckoning of what the flood event cost us.
Jinxed it, Richard.
What's that?
You jinxed it.
I have one.
Yes, go ahead, Linda.
The Central Fire Hall. Last year, it's 550 at the end of the year. This year, it's up to almost 1,200 now. What happened down at the Central Fire Hall? I thought we weren't using it very much. And why is the cost so high this year?
Central, you mean Sandfield?
Mhm.
What's been used there? I don't have I forgot to grab it.
I'm questioning the hydro.
Oh.
That's an Adam question, I guess.
Or Denise, or you want Denise?
Didn't we go first and let it.
Yeah, we'll have to just look at the account and get back to you at the next meeting. Okay, just no.
Any other questions? Okay, somebody please adjourn this meeting, right?
Oh.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Okay. On to the next one. Oh.
Okay, give me like 5 or 10 minutes to reset the recording and we can start the Austin admin.
Yeah.